And we return! So I've been thinking about what I'm gonna do, and from the title and description you know exactly what I've decided upon. I've been thinking about how I would approach the final leg of the game, and I'm not even sure that Europe and Africa are enough. I think I have to take Australia too. We'll see. But anyway, there's a couple of key techs I still want while I'm building up, but I'm probably just gonna turn science off completely and just take all my technologies by force. Yeah. I should probably try to pick up a stronger tank. That's going to be the first thing we look into. You can't really just build tank columns in this game, per se, but there are ways that you can use piles of tanks. Generally what you do is you have your army with the artillery and the scouts and reconnaissance and everything set up, and the tanks just drive in and then smash, and you lose the tanks, and more tanks drive in and smash. If you set yourself up in a field rather than a hill, which I don't like, I like being on hills, but if you set yourself up in a field and you have tanks that can move at least 2 tiles, you can just kind of, it can be done. Oh, also I went through my entire empire, just adjusting my cities. I want a couple great merchants. I feel like I need a couple of those. Which obviously we're not getting from Samarkand. But I was able to push my science up by 5% and have money left over. And reduce the turn count of this by 1. And I put a lot of broadcast hours into production. I still can't see chat because for some reason YouTube hasn't noticed that I'm streaming it. But I'm definitely live, so... Oh well. We'll figure this out. So here's the plan. I'm gonna build a navy here. I'm actually going to shut these down, and I'm just going to produce the dreadnoughts. We don't really need any more escorts. I could make one more light cruiser. But the important thing is that we have lots of dreadnoughts. Where is my navy? I think I left it. Oh, right, 'cause it's got to transport the troops. So we're not even going to be doing troop transports. We're just going to kind of move them around. I'll have more ships producing down here when they pass this point. And we're going to move the Navy on over to where it can do some good. So, a Navy basically gives me... it's a 20% swing in combat effectiveness, just having a Navy nearby. That's without even, if I get aircraft carriers, that'll be an even bigger deal. Aircraft carriers would do so much if I can get to them. But if they have ships, they give me a 10% penalty. If I chase their ships off and I have my ships there, I give them a 10% penalty. So it's basically a 20% swing, just having ships. But I have to have ships that, you know, don't just get sunk and don't just suck. So, yeah. Alright, so our science path is going to look something like this. We're still doing nuclear physics first. This will give me access to nuclear research facilities, which as you can see that's a 50% science boost where I build that. And I can build enrichment facilities. Yay, nuclear fuel. And I can construct modern science, so it gives my scientists something. Which I still have several of sitting around. But Yeah. We're probably gonna do the first nuclear test to... I don't want other people having nukes, is the whole thing. But if other people have nukes, I darn well better have more of them than they do. Somewhere in this mess is the United Nations. And with the United Nations, if I'm the only person who has atomic weapons, everyone will agree to ban them if I ask. Because everyone will be like, well, shit, I don't have any of those. Sure, I'll ban it, and then I won't have to worry about them anymore, because nobody will be allowed to build them. Semi-automatic firearms. Assault rifles. This has a plus 100% on it. It might be worth getting this and upgrading my stuff. Airports would be really nice. But it might just be... I don't know if anybody has done the Blitzkrieg. If nobody's done the Blitzkrieg, I'll want that. And then I'll want to build some nice tanks. None of these are heavy tanks. Well, anyway. The other thing we've got as a possibility is targeting systems to give myself battleships. But I don't know. There's a lot of military tech on the just right in front of me right now. A lot of tech here. Power projection, that's the carrier. That's what really redefines naval warfare, is when you have carriers. If somebody gets those and I don't have them, that can just wreck my shit. Alright. If we get to electronics, the laboratory is plus 20% science. Animal cloning? I don't remember animal cloning. Anyway, stuff. Lots of stuff. The electric railroad, consumer industry, consumerism. Oh, I need this. Well, anyway. Lots to want, not enough science to go around. Unfortunate. Dreadnoughts, light cruisers, and over here we're going to do more of that. I seriously doubt a dreadnought takes an entire city's output for, an entire city's entire output for a period of, time. I actually need to see. It's no longer one turn per year. How long is each turn now? It's July. Let's see. October. Okay. So we're probably getting about 4 turns a year then. Hungarians actually like me. Maybe I won't declare war on them yet. They were harboring my enemies, but maybe that's okay. Maybe that's okay. Okay, let's see. Conscript, yes. Let's see, all of this needs to go over here and deposit. It'll take a few trips. I gotta get religions to these cities. These islands. It's a problem. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push all of this over here as well. And we're just gonna push them all onto Japan. Then Japan, I can make the remaining missionaries in Japan. I'll just pick a city and have it produce. And how in the world did I lose track of my navy again? It's because it's the sub that's shown as the lead unit. And it's a little tiny thing that's easy to lose track of. There it is. Pericles and his lost army. I don't even know where that would get kicked. What's this? I'm not at war with anyone. How is somebody shore bombarding you? Seems might strange. I don't even see anyone who could be doing that. But yeah, I'll just build a bunch of dreadnoughts. And hope that my navy won't sink. Hope that it's be enough. The ironworks was destroyed. Doggone it, these enemy infiltrators are infuriating. It's a constant reign of destruction and thievery and just annoyance. I don't know what to do about it. I mean, I know what I could do about it, but I'd have to turn off my science. There's a few things I've got to have first. I love how it says they're rightfully asking to join. It's like, I'm the one who decides whether or not it's rightful for them to ask. It's not! Ever! They don't get to have a say in this. What do you think we have? Some kind of representative government? No, I'm an autocrat. Have been since the beginning of the time. Whatever they think their system of government is, it's not. It's just me. I am the state. Such borders as this, my culture really should dominate through my lands. I'm willing to bet if I start checking cities, though, I'll find other cultures in all of them. That's in part because we're bad at culture, but... Markland, you're the one that just lost your ironworks. Okay. A lot of Taoist communities came in today. Ah, there's no tech to steal. This might help against his spies? Bah, just take it. Guess I'll go with Sapporo. Now if I directly out to the city and push unload, then I can unload them the same turn I pick them up. But that's the only way it can be done. Kyoto will shrink. Ah, crap. Your borders are... Alright, well, next turn their borders will pop out. Also, we had a lot of fishing stuff destroyed. That's what I thought. I used my stock of workboats. We're gonna have to make more. That's okay. I can do that. Even freshly taken large-scale cities don't have rebels in them anymore. Once the rioting has settled down, we're doing really good on the happiness front. I think we've got that problem licked. If I can finish off pandemics the rest of the way, there'll be no limits to how large my cities can be. This army is going to be redefined soon. We could go against the Hungarians, but they like me. Korea could be finished off, but... Babylon kind of likes me, but... The world seems busy. The easiest way for the Navy to go is through here. I should probably cut through the Middle East here. I should probably, once I get to Greece, I can start stealing tech from him. Wow. It's gonna be tough though. Yeesh. It is gonna be a hard nut to crack. So what we'll probably do is we'll probably scoop all of this. Ooh, Holy City of Solar Cult. Wait, what? Holy City. Okay, no, never mind. Okay, I see. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, I think we'll just take all of that. Okay. Up to here. And I won't pursue Africa yet. I can stop at Luxor, just controlling this. Hey, how's it going, Buster? So I can transport my ships through here. I can stop there. I can push my navy up into the Mediterranean. Then we take Greece and steal all of his tech. And then we can knock out Rome. They hate me anyway. Then we'll probably just conquer the rest of Europe. I have no information at all on Scotland, other than they hate me, and apparently their cities have very high populations. Wow. So, probably need to... Anyway. Something like that. Regardless, I'm pretty sure we're going to go up against Babylon next. So, I'm going to park my army here, and I'm going to have to redivide it. I'm going to make more units, and I'm going to split it up differently. Alright, let's see how many religions we can get. Success 1. Fire torpedo 2. Success! Oh, you're already Christian. Oh. Oh. Oh, I should have been paying attention. Well, crap. Where can I put a... Oh, there's a place I can stick him. Okay. I'll put him down there. Okay. Alright. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to build these communities, and then we're going to want to spit out missionaries for the rest of Japan. We're just going to kind of use this as a staging ground to spread to the rest. Okay. Anyway, so far, so good. The coastal submarine picks him up. Oh yeah, those do pick up missionaries. It's easy to forget that. God, islands are so fussy. Like when most games I play a naval empire, it's actually weird for me to not be a naval empire, and now I'm like, oh, this is so much hassle, I should just stick to the land. This really is a different game for me. Oops. Okay, we're good. Alright. Well... go ahead and make that. Go ahead and make that. No! Never! Stop asking! Pests. I may also have to relocate my palace at some point. Hello there. Yep. Lots of Taoists. Oh, seems like a fine place for a broadcast tower to me. You're looking very good now. Excellent. Excellent. Alright. No. Stick to our guns. Pure science. No culture, no espionage. Pure science, at least until we get nuclear physics. Keep destroying my ironworks everywhere. Stupid enemy infiltrators wrecking all my shit. Oh boy, Tokugawa seems to be having a hard time. Maybe he shouldn't have declared war on me and had his back broken. Okay, let's see. So, what we're gonna do here... much as I would like to get some stronger stuff. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and produce some of these tanks. See if I can get that Blitzkrieg doctrine, they'll be so much better. I could make armored cars and shock troops. Oh, right! Hold on. I know what to do. Let's see. These guys have 10% city defense. Well, it's not ideal, but... just take care of a few small things, and then I have to check something. These broadcast towers are rapidly increasing our cultural pressure. Sure, whatever. Alright, let's see. Ah, yes. Okay, so the big question is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What kind of planes are those? Biplanes and then a single-winged plane. They've got advanced flight. Alright. Oh man, all my work is just sitting around with nothing to do. Okay. Get out. Wait. Where are they all? Were all those missionaries? Ah. Okay. Now, so what we're going to do is... we need about 40 infantry. So these take... honestly, I think I'm better off using shock troops defensively. Weird as that is to say. Okay. I suppose I could always just use conscripts if I wanted, but... I need more than this, but this will be a start. The ones I produce here come into play with medical training. And an extra 4 XP. I wish I could boost them all here, but I don't have time. We need a lot of infantry to hold the cities that I take. I need to build probably a 3rd army. Oh dear. I have the parts to make 2 armies only, and one of those armies is going to be very incomplete. But I think if I can get the Blitzkrieg military doctrine, I'll build large numbers of tanks. And use those to force through any obstacle. I expect I'll lose a lot of them, but the collateral damage that they do is... You're trying to trick me into a war. I'm gonna choose my wars carefully from now on. You're right. Nobody does listen to you. You have a -16 against me. There's no way. Oh my gosh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 5 vassals. Interesting. I'm going to end up declaring war on you. And that's going to be quite messy. I'll be at war with 6 nations at once. Produce 5 for me. You will produce 5 for me. You 2, 3, 4, 5. This military is going to be very expensive to maintain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This guy could make a 6th, but I'll let it go at 5. Some of my cities are going to have to swap what they're doing at different times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a city with everything, and yet we've only got 42 out of 40. For Siberian culture. They're in the Stone Age still. How is that still? Oh, fine, whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Seriously, everything I've got that produces culture should have taken over by now. Alright, let's see. We can make a torpedo boat. Get that navy together. Alright, let's see. Shock troops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is going to be a massive number of troops that we're going to mass. But these are just for, these aren't even for conquering it. These are just for holding ground. I'll just put the ships here for the moment. Oh. Fair enough. Good. Alright, we got 3 more religions to drop on Sapporo. Maybe I'll put these in Kyoto instead. That would be fine. As long as I get a foothold of each of them in Japan, I can spread them to the entire island. I don't know if I'll bother with the other little islands, but... Alright, let's see. Okay, scientists will be very valuable in 10 turns. I really feel like there should be a thing, a bureau that does mayor offices in every town. I'm rather surprised I don't have such a thing. Okay. These 3 hop in the boats. I think I will drop them in Kyoto, actually. I think that's a good idea. Come on, I need merchants. I need cars. I really do appreciate that some of these resources that are generally produced by world wonders can also be planted by great people. So that one Civ doesn't have a total monopoly on hit movies, for example. They can have most of them, but never quite all. Well, I mean, you could have all, but it'd be really hard. Alright. Okay. Every single one of these radio towers increases our pressure. Okay, here we go. Believe it or not, my military still hasn't arrived. We could use the transistors and the electric rails. I guess that copper fort's a good place to stick my guys. My economy continues to wildly fluctuate. I think Tokugawa's pretty much been stamped out at this point. He was overconfident. And it has cost him everything. What I really need is super electric rail. I need a hyperloop. So what if it's horrifically impractical and will never work? We'll build one anyway! We have to have some way to get our troops out from one side of our empire to the other in a single move. Maybe teleportation? Don't I use fur for something? Or is that with consumerism I can finally use it for something? I don't know. So the last guy you saw, he could get one level of city garrison. When they come out of this city, they can have 2 on top of medic 1. I want all my troops to come out of there. I wish I could. But the need for troops is simply too great. Ferrying more missionaries. Let's see. Success. Success. Holy crap. Wow, every single one of them succeeded. Oh, never mind then. I am very surprised that all worked. Alright. Well, this is an unacceptably large stack. That's fine. We'll just leave them here. 500 bucks a piece, forget that. Alright. We'll have the troop columns here. Hiya, probable. What's up, the 3rd steel mill today and we just started? Why are our steel mills so insanely vulnerable? What are we building them out of? Matchsticks? sad that I have no reason to use these hot springs, but they just don't warrant existing. I'd rather have farms. Let's see. Torpedo. Here, get in steel mill. Alright, let's see. Buddhist. Solar cult. It's a torpedo boat. Alright, 7 turns. 7 turns, all you scientists will have great purpose. Let's continue corralling our navy over here. Plane? Whose plane is that, and why is it in my territory? I don't build bombers. Well, there goes Herculaneum. Everyone always talks about Pompeii and forgets completely about Herculaneum. Poor Herculaneum never catches a break. Let's see... Jeweler. They think they're ruining my steel production. My steel production is just fine. It's just annoying. I suppose if I were a smaller enemy, destroying my steel mills would be crippling, though. I should have a pile of infantry by now. Great. We're still working on the whole no more pandemic thing. The horrible cotton pandemic. It turned out that horrible parasites lived inside of the cotton. Dun dun dun. I really feel like there should be a way to transport some of these crops around. Like, you should be able to move cotton to America and potatoes to Great Britain and all that stuff. Especially horses. I feel like there should be a horse breeder as maybe you could make it a national wonder. I don't know, but it's just you have to have horses to make it, and it gives you horses permanently. So like once you have horses, nobody can just be like, well, I destroyed your one your one source of horses. You don't have them anymore. It's like, no, it doesn't make sense. It's not how horses work. I mean, you could say the same thing for cows and everything else, but, you know, none of them seem as critically important as a strategic resource like a horse. Ooh. Yes, sign open borders with all members. That sounds awesome. Do that. Okay, yeah. We're gonna do more of that. We're gonna comb through and find all the unnecessary people and shift them forward. You thought the previous wars were something. Just wait. Just wait until this one starts. Might as well turn those into freighters finally. Nuclear physics is on the horizon. Rapidly approaches. I don't even know what all the options I'm gonna have for my scientists are, but they're gonna be great. You should adopt us in a subsistence economy. No. No, I shouldn't. That would not be good for my empire. That would make it difficult to conquer the world. Might be an interesting challenge, though. Conquer the world while using only the basic civics. I seem to be the world's piggy bank. Anytime somebody needs money, they just steal it from me. Fails? How does it fail? It failed by 1 vote? It failed by 1 vote! That's amazing. David, oh. The Armenians voted no. And that made every single one of their vassals vote no. Well, now I have even more reason to declare war on them. How dare they? How dare they ruin my plans? We could have all had open borders. That could have done wonders for my economy to have a whole bunch more trade partners. But the Armenians said no and twisted the arm of a half-dozen nations to side with them. A blast furnace is destroyed. Doggone it, guys. Stop smashing It's the Armenians. They really, 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 really hate me. They're the ones destroying everything. What's this? Deal canceled. Me giving a shit ton of stuff to somebody is canceled? Doesn't seem right. Alright. Let's see. Main caliber 2. Okay, this Navy, unlike all the others I've built, this Navy will not sink. It is unsinkable! As long as the enemy doesn't, invest in icebergs or something. I'll be right back in a sec. The Armenians are, but they have the Greeks as a vassal, and the Greeks are well ahead of me in tech, in military tech even. And I can assume some of the other nations probably are as well. So this is going to be interesting. But I think the sheer numbers, the sheer numberless hordes that I'll send their way will be probably more than they can handle. At least that's my hope. We'll start with Babylon. We'll scoop that almost immediately. I haven't forgiven. I have never forgiven them for taking every single holy city. Preventing me from getting what I wanted. They hurt me massively during the early stages of the game. Indirectly, yes. But still, they hurt me. And we have held this grudge for thousands of years. They didn't even keep any of it. They didn't keep any of it. They just founded like every religion and then let them go. I couldn't even get any religions during the early part. It was terrible. Imagine how much further advanced we'd be. If not for their meddling. Payback is on its way. This next series of wars is going to really piss off the rest of the world. I mean, you think the -16s are bad now. When I declare war on the Armenians and that gives me war with 5 other people, that's probably going to be the breaking point for the rest of the world against me. But if my military is large enough, they'll be too afraid to start something. Well, not that that seems to have always stopped them. So, how would this suicidally attack you anyway? This time they might do it in unison. There we go, that's not bad. Oh, let's see. Put you here. Well, same. We got it. Well, a lot of people taking up autocracy right now. Very popular.
The discovery of nuclear reactions need not bring about the destruction of mankind any more than the discovery of matches.
But I like the I have become death destroyer of worlds. Okay, look at this. 2% science in all cities. +1 free scientist is always welcome. We haven't got to laboratories. Ooh, hospital. Oh, okay, that's including. Spaceship production, don't need that. Okay. I'm gonna go for electronics. Maybe we could use the war factory. Let's try to get the Blitzkrieg. Good grief, so many nations already have that. Almost all of them, it seems. We can make bomb shelters everywhere. I don't want it to come to that. Also, I can't help but notice that bomb shelters only work against nukes and not regular bombings. Seems a bit off there, but you know, whatever. Don't riot, don't loot. What's wrong with you people? Oh, there it is. Good grief, it's hard to see the submarine. Why is that the leader of the stack? Look, that does it. I'm gonna put the sub here. That way I can see my boats. As much as I would like an opera, perhaps. Perhaps the Taoist community for you. And Jewish here. There. So we gotta spread all those religions. Okay, now the important stuff. Alright, changing what we're doing here, first of all. My great engineer creates a nuclear research facility. Nuclear expertise in every city. Okay, now we have nuclear expertise in every city. Where is that? Where is that? Okay, yes. Maybe this is the wrong city to look for it. It lets me build an enrichment facility, okay? Alright. So now we start that. Then we can start the Manhattan Project from there. Next up. Ooh, all of these require a laboratory? Oh. Well. I didn't expect that. Guess we'll have to wait on those. Okay, we have a problem here. You. I can't produce them over there if you're over here. Alright, fine. I'm just gonna push you into the sub and have you go somewhere. To an island. So you're not wasted. Yeah, I'll put you in, Okazaki. It's an, alright, well, whatever. We just need to build bridges. If we just built bridges to all of these islands, it would solve all of our problems. Huge, massive, unreasonably large world wonder bridges. To all the islands. We can do it. We have the resources. Excellent. So, it is probable that the world is about to learn a lesson on tank warfare. Can't believe the number of people who've beaten me to it, but that's okay. We don't have to be first, we just have to be the ones to do it right. Holy crap, I got it. Okay. Automobile company. Perfect. Excellent. 79, is that all? We now have automobiles. That one is real nice. We have discovered car culture. Yeah, it's in the early 1900s. That about checks out. It'll be 100 years before car culture finally starts to go away. That was one thing that surprised me. I didn't realize it until I'd been reading a book on demography, and they were just like, "Oh yeah, the younger generation, they don't really care about cars," and I'm like, you know, actually, I never cared about cars, and my friends, nobody really cared. It was really weird when I realized that. It's like, yeah, the previous generation was all about their cars and loved them. Like, the older people I know are all like, oh, look at this. Want to, you know, well, not all of them, but some of them are always, you know, talking about cars and stuff, and it's just like, whatever, man. Oh, it's a magazine with some fancy car and weird shit you can stick in it. Okay. Privateer? Oh, hey, we found silver. A privateer? What century do you think you live in? Well, we'll make short work of that. I'm surprised nobody else sunk it already. How in the world did you find yourself making a clothing factory? Well, alright. Really? I see. Somewhere around here. Somewhere around here. Maybe not. Here's one. You work boats. My empire needs lots of work boats. And here's another. To replace all the ones that have been wrecked during the war. And then some. And then some more. And then even more than that. Alright. We desperately need a laboratory. That'll be our next goal after good tanks. We're gonna produce so many good tanks, which will weirdly be medical. Because they're all coming out of that one city. We have a lot of uranium. I think that's all. I think I've done my enrichment facilities now. And we won't have to worry about any more until I take more territory and have more of it. Okay, great. Our aquatic resources will be restored. Amazing. Spend one engineer and everybody in your empire is suddenly an expert on nuclear power. I wonder if anyone else has done that already. If I get the first test done before anybody else does, it'll prevent them from getting free nuclear silos in all their cities. But on the other hand, they can just start making silos and bombs without having to build a world wonder first. I don't know which was the right choice. Oh, I didn't get Zoroastrians onto Japan, did I? There's always more religions. Alright, where's that ship? We're almost there. Ah, yes. There. And then I can start producing them over here in Sapporo. A courthouse was burned? Oh my gosh, these guys. Yeah, we gotta do something about them. We gotta. It's okay, we're about to start producing our new tanks. Better tanks. The ones we had before were kinda shoddy. Not very effective. But the new ones, different. Oh wait, I can still make more enrichment facilities. Holy crap, I thought I had finished with that. Cool. Unhappiness. Yeah, the opera might help with that a little. A smidge. So that hits singles. We do have furniture and clothes to do all that. Grow, my city, grow. We'll get the happiness figured out, but for now I just want you to grow. And produce imams. Where is he? Somebody sank him, didn't they? Just as I arrived. Oh, wait, oh, there he is. Poor pirates. We have a freaking dreadnought with main caliber too. They have a hook for a hand. It's not a very fair fight. But all of a sudden, all kinds of things just kicked on, so apparently that was what we needed. I don't know if it's because of my constant military production, but my economy isn't actually getting stronger. I was expecting a big recovery. Does not seem to be the case, and as we conquer the rest of the world, it's really gonna collapse on me. It's already struggling. Oh, come on! It's actually shockingly stable for this far in the game. This is amazing. Really amazing. I have never been able to play the game this far before. Come on, I told you, reopen. I said open! Oh, there you are. Yeah, there we go. Okay. There we are. You know, it might not seem like I'm at war, but I sorta kinda still am. It's just a different kind of warfare. Maybe if I had something to mark my different units with, to say who has priority to defend. Whatever, the game doesn't support such things, so I shouldn't worry about them. I wonder if the new Civ is any good. I haven't even looked at the new Civ. It's like, nah, I'm happy with 4. I mean, what could they possibly add at this point? Oh, hell no. Mistake. I meant load autosave. Thank you very much. Let's try this again. Elephants will frighten horses. If only they could frighten tanks. Then I'd want them again. But I'm afraid the age of the elephant is over. Something weird I read somewhere. Elephants can rage if you feed them like butter mixed with something. I don't know. I forget where I read that. Sounded weird. Hey. Hello, Fernando. Singapore, eh? I had a guy who was teaching me to play StarCraft 2 multiplayer from Singapore a while ago. Taoist, Zoroastrian. No. Okay. Looks like the crash set us back a move or two. Pity. Alright, where's my fleet? I don't know where my... Oh, there's my fleet. Okay. And there's the pirates. So yeah, it set us back like a couple of turns. Pooh. No big deal, though. Look at that. They're starving my cities by denying them fishing. They're stealing money. Curse you, pirates. And they're probably lighting their beard on fire, because pirates are crazy, man. Or at least that's what they want you to think. You know that piracy, I believe, is actually higher than it ever was in the past, and we just don't talk about it? There are so many pirates. Modern pirates just, robbing and looting and doing their thing, apparently. Doesn't make news, just nobody even talks about it. They're just everywhere. Well, not everywhere. They're mostly in specific areas, but still, it's crazy to think that that's still going on. But there will always be thieves and robbers. That's the general plan, but we have to finish constructing hell first. We have to finish researching the fiery coal pits right here. Oh, there we go, okay. This better not fail on me this time. It was a perfect success first try. It better not fail me. I'm wondering if I built this into a resort, would it actually benefit the nearest city? Or is it because it's not within 2 tiles, would it just not count at all? I wonder. I do wish the infiltrators would stop burning everything. Courthouses, blast furnaces, ironworks. Okay, it did work. Cool. Alright. I'm so glad the game has automated things for missionaries and workboats, workers. It'd be a pain in the ass if those didn't exist. Get used to such conveniences and they spoil you though. And then when you play older games, you're like, ah, where are my conveniences? Boy, it sounded like a whole lot happened right there on that turn. Yeah, that was the pirates interfering with shipping. Shutting down a lot of things. You can see them all. Okay, here we go. It's time to build tanks! Let's see if the Blitzkrieg Doctrine is still open. It probably isn't. There's no way it's still open. Someone else must have that.
If the tanks succeed, then victory follows.
Okay. Combined arms. Infantry logistics. I need laboratories. Alright, you know what? Fine, I'll let you finish that. Also, reproduce. Everyone needs to populate. Let's see, go ahead and make another dreadnought, please. Yes. And that steel mill will become another dreadnought as well. Meanwhile... Holy crap, nobody took Blitzkrieg. Oh my gosh, we can have Panzer Corps. I have to calculate every single city getting this. Let's save. Oh my gosh, how many cities now? I don't know! Not enough. I have this many cities. It's not enough. I must have more. Okay. Alright, let's see. Half-track provides ranged aid. Oh, you intercept aircraft! Shit, I need that. Alright. We'll need a couple of those. Then we can make light tanks or medium tanks. I think I'd rather have the medium tanks. Difference is only 2 points of power, though. I might just make the light tanks, to be honest. Wait, the light tanks take longer to make than the medium ones? Oh, well, shit, no, I guess I'll make some medium ones, then. Since they're somehow easier to make. Strange. I guess we don't need your fancy light tanks. Anyway, we'll get a few of these half tracks. These seem good. I think I'll want a couple with each. They're good versus helicopter. Good versus armored units. I think the armored units will still beat them in a fight, though. But they intercept aircraft, and that seems good. So once we spit those out, we'll start producing medium tanks and moving them to the front. I wonder if I'll have the option to level up their ability to shoot down planes. I mean, I'll try to keep my armies supported all the time by interceptors, but you can never be sure that you'll always be able to cover them. But if they have the ability to shoot stuff down themselves, well... It's not 100%, but if it just cuts down the number of things bombing them... Oh good, we actually got all the workboats we need. Excellent news. As we continue to produce our shock troops. Excellent. to that. Wow. Holy crap. Are you crazy? You guys attacked Australia? And now he's a vassal of Pericles? But wait, isn't Pericles a vassal of Armenia? Oh, I can't keep up with all this. Guess not anymore? Huh. Fine, whatever. Sorry, up and get those enrichment facilities. Stop. I'm not doing it. Okay, I'll do that though. I'm not getting caught up in your wars. I'm a big boy. I can choose my own wars, thanks. Let's see. Okay, there you go. Okay, there you go. We definitely need a lot more happiness, but... let's see. Hadriex. You know what? You're actually gonna be super effective against armored units, and holy crap, let me see. Blitzkrieg applied to you, but it didn't actually show up anything. Well, we're just gonna have to ask the game what the hell this means. Doctrines. Plus 25% collateral damage. Plus 10% versus gunpowder. Can attack multiple times per turn. That might get me over hills. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That sounds pretty good to me. That sounds really good to me. Alright, well, I am very happy with my little half-tracks. So that one will be specifically anti-tank, since everyone seems to have tank tech. It might win a tank fight, I don't know. It's hard to imagine a little half-track really taking on a proper-sized tank and winning the fight, but... I mean, if it's got a stationary turret and you're behind it and you stay behind it, I mean, you know... It could work. I just made a small mistake. Correct. Boy, planes seem to crash continuously in this world. Our pilots must be perpetually drunk or something. And for all my pilots, here is your daily ration of vodka. Enjoy. Why, yes, it is 200 proof. Is there any other kind? Oh, wow, dreadnoughts are taking eternity to build now. That's the game telling me I have too many of them. And there's no such thing as too many. Alright. Okay. Keep hoping I'll get to 40%, and I never do. No matter how many buildings I construct in my cities. It's like we're running in place, except for the fact that our army keeps growing to absurd degrees. You'll notice nobody's trying to attack me anymore. It's probably about time I started thinking of shifting my planes and my boats forward. Let's see. Go ahead and make that. I do seem to be getting more resources somehow. Alright, we've got 3 more dreadnoughts coming in, and then we'll probably move the army forward. There we go. Lots of workboats. So the next time something goes wrong, there'll be lots of boats that can charge on out to do everything. Oh, well. Catch you later, Fernando. Turns. We can have that laboratory, then all the great scientists can come into play. I don't think anybody else has one yet, so we'll be a little ahead on that. Should I be building bomb shelters everywhere? I don't think I should, but if things got really bad, no. I don't need them. We're not going to let things get to that state. Nobody's going to be so desperate as to use those, right? So why can't I actually take Blitzkrieg levels if I have it? Get me another anti-aircraft half-track. Excellent. 2 more. This should be a pretty good fleet as long as it doesn't meet anything stronger than it. You know, like everything else in the game, but still. Alright, let me see. I'm gonna build yet another escort, actually, to shore this up. The dreadnoughts do take forever, but escorts, they're good. They provide a nice bonus. Okay. Ironworks, ironworks. Always with the ironworks. Can't you burn down anything else? How about something I don't care about? Every one of those soldiers is a city that I can take. And the number is continuing to grow. No, I need that to make furniture, which is something I'm already sharing with you. Probably. I think. Oh, are we ready to do our first nuclear test? Let me check my capital quick. I'm gonna do several things. First of all, Sapporo. Good job on the Emon. Make another. Second. First nuclear test. Yes. That's what we wish for. Peace is just another form of warfare. Remember, most battles are won or lost before a single shot is fired. In other words, we are fighting the battles we have not yet shot in. Well, you see, here's the thing. I really don't want them. I really do not want them. But if I don't research them, somebody else will. And the first person to complete the Manhattan Project gets free nuclear silos in every city. If somebody else does the first nuclear test, they get free nuclear silos in every single one of their cities. I don't want that. The best thing I could do is to build the United Nations and ban nuclear weapons. If I'm the only person who has nuclear weapons, every single player will agree, oh yeah, we should ban that. As long as I'm the only one who has them, and then they'll be banned. And I'll be like, there we go, yes, awesome. None of that nonsense. But I don't have the UN. So I don't know what to do. For the moment, I'm just trying to grab it all. If it does come to it, which I really don't want it to, but if it does come to it, I better have some of my own. But yeah, I hate what they do to my game. I don't want it. I just want to ban it. Cool. Definitely. We would love to have tobacco. That sounds like something healthy that would make all of my people healthier. Let's do it. Tanks. It's tank time. We have the Blitzkrieg Doctrine. These are going to be so epic. Constant. Anyway, whatever. Let's see. And this last one will be... You know what? Let's make this another specific tank fighter. 3 anti-aircraft half-tracks. Or is it 4? Anyway, it should be enough. I think it's 3. Turns till electronics. 18 till we have the first nuclear test. We'll probably stop working on that temporarily to make a laboratory so I can get those scientists to do their thing. Oh no, we're totally playing as the Mongols. The only difference is that our horses now are running internal combustion engines. And have long noses that sneeze explosives at the enemy. No, seriously, some of the advantages I have that made my cavalry so good specifically apply to tanks. So, this is gonna be interesting. God, they just keep stealing from me. I hate it. And I can't seem to stop them. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm sure he would have had tanks had he lived a little bit longer. But nah. Sadly, all the totally radical history didn't happen. I blame time travelers. I think they came back and assassinated him. See. Man, we are getting a conga line of great people, aren't we? I think we've almost got enough troops to start our next big push. Once I get the tanks, I'm going to start dividing the army up. I'm going to shift all my planes, and we're going to push into the Middle East. Let's see, another escort. Alright, that seems good. Probably need more transports. Probably want them. Let's see that. I'll produce them over here. And as we swing around, we'll pick the transports up. Has Mansa Musa just become somebody's vassal? He might have. Seriously though, I've never had so many vassals change hands as in this game. Vassals have become incredibly loose, and it's weird to me. I'm used to them being kind of permanent fixtures when you get them. Well, they can leave, but it's rare. Two more. Okay, let's see. You. I think a freighter and a freighter and a freighter will be waiting for my fleet when they pass through. Six turns. Here comes our first medium tank. Oh my gosh. Julius Caesar became a vassal. Oh my gosh, they just keep changing. I should just drop a few gunboats to stop the privateers. It's ridiculous. Privateers in wooden ships. Urgh. Yeah, we'll make gunboats for that. And that'll put an end to that. Whatever works, I guess. Ah, okay. Superior design, mass production. It comes with 100% boost to collateral damage, 50% boost against gunpowder units, which will be pretty much everything you fight. Can attack multiple times per turn, and it moves hella fast. The tanks. The tanks. They begin. Hey, Michael Strauss. The tanks begin. Alright, let me see. Torpedo boats. Yeah, those will be good enough to stop pirates. Those will be plenty. Alright, 2 more dreadnoughts. The fleet will sail. Okay, it was 4 half-tracks. That's fine. War is on the horizon. It is coming. We have the boots to hold the cities that we take. I know how to stop enemy infiltrators. We'll just conquer everything. Then there will be no enemies to infiltrate us. If only I could convince them to provoke the attack instead of me provoking the attack, but that's hard to do. I think I have access to every resource in the game at this point. I mean, except for the high-tech ones, of course. Get down there and sink that, would you? Only one more, and then the fleet will be complete. And by complete, I mean completely lopsided and ridiculous, but hey. The only point is they don't get sunk, and they bring their guns up to shores to give my troops support. I just want giant explosive shells the size of buses to rain down on my enemies, while my tanks do their thing. That's all. That's all we want. We developed radios so that we can radio in where we want the explosive shells to fall. And you all know my philosophy about willingness to shell your own position. We instill that in all our men. Oh yeah. Hold on, I've been forgetting something. Almaric. Oh look, my workers have been building everything up for it too. That's really nice of them. They turned this into grazing ground? You still doing grazing ground? What's wrong with you? I did that specifically as yet another gift to you. For some reason, there's not an option to give you the city right now. I don't know why. Because I sure as heck don't want it. Well, we'll see. Sooner or later, I'll get the option to give it to them, I'm sure. That's a good amount of troops. The Armenian Soviet Socialist Republic? I see. Holy Austronesian Empire. Alright, electronics are almost complete. Somebody beat me to them. As long as they don't beat me to the sciences. They better not. I'm going to sink those creaky wooden ships. I'm also going to equip my rook boats with laser cannons from now on. What? The ancient Greeks had designs for them. Big bronze mirrors, lenses, towers. Totally a laser cannon from a certain point of view. I don't care what the Wristbusters say, but it totally worked, too. Okay, we need one more. Alright. Mass production really is like the best trait, because it applies to so many different things. Okay, where is it? Where's the pirate ship? Where's the one what's been sinking my work boats? Okay, where the hell is it? Oh my gosh, it sailed north while we sailed south. Look. Alright, fine. the submarine will get it. It'll never see us coming. Seriously though, these tanks are going to be amazing. When I actually get to see them in action, it's going to be glorious. I know we're in the middle of a nuclear test, but we're going to pause that temporarily to make a laboratory. Because the benefits of the laboratory are potentially absurd. What's that? Who would be that crazy? Who? No, that can't be against me. No one would be that insane. It's the Armenians. I know they hate me. They really, 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 really hate me, but holy crap. Soon my numberless minions will destroy you all! That's my line.
The human brain must continue to frame the problems for the electronic machine to solve.
Well, okay then. I would like transistors. Alright, let's see. Yay! I'm the winner! I'm the winner! Oh, shit. Your boats. Oh, okay, those are just the pirate ships, of course. Those have nothing to do with the war. I bet he's been... Oops. See, I bet that the Armenians and their minions are the ones that have been doing all of the espionage. All of the piracy. Alright. We're waiting one more turn for the last dreadnought before we move out. Why would they have the confidence to attack? What would give them the Genghis Khan eagerly greets the aliens. Hey, I've got interceptors. I'm ready. Let's make things interesting. I don't think he's attacking me. I think he's attacking my ally. I don't even know where his cities are. My good buddy. Alright, well, you guys started it, and that prevents the world from condemning me. I'm allowed to convert my cavalry into tanks. Alright. We'll do a little bit more upgrading, and then we're gonna assemble the armies. Yes. Okay, next. A very important task must be performed now. We need this too. Look at that. Helps thwart rival spies. Hell yeah, I need that. Once we get that laboratory, I can choose 4 of these. We're gonna stop thinking about that for now. Okay, one more turn. That'll be ready. The fleet, I mean. Surprisingly, I'm not seeing any armies to strike me anywhere. There's a little bit here. But not really. Alright. Next. Okay. Rebase here. Okay. Everywhere there's a plane. That plane must be relocated. Do I have any here? Okay, now they might have stronger planes than me. They almost certainly do, in fact. But these will be better than nothing. I actually don't have a whole lot of planes, I mean. Not as many as I thought. I wonder how many of my planes got shot down during the war with Tokugawa. We have what we have, and we can manufacture more. For now, we're just gonna rebase all of them here. I really think he's going after the Hindi, though. I don't think this is about me at all. I think the guy's a lunatic. Oh, we'll declare war on your ally, your vassal. Yeah, that's a great idea. Let's do that. Me? Have you seen? Oh, no, they're attacking. Oh, they're attacking that city. No, that's just a pro. Thing I heard about officers riding in tanks in I think it was in World War II, and the British had to make rules to prevent that from happening. Yes, okay, that's the last dreadnought we needed. Perfect. Alright, yeah, go ahead and make a laboratory, that's fine. A great artist! I wonder what they can do in this age. That is worth an investigation. Alright, we have some interesting things to deal with over here. But let's do the important things first. Alright. They're destroying my wheat fields. dreadnoughts. We're not going to use these defensively. We're going to use them offensively. Soften them up. Multi-attack. Okay. We're still upgrading things. Artillery barrage. Between the planes, the tanks, the artillery, I think they're hurting. Light tanks are fine too. Let's see what to do with you. You, unfortunately, do not ever get to benefit from the Blitzkrieg ability. We'll do this instead. And we can send our mountain infantry. Yeah, we can let the last one get away. We'll organize ourselves next turn. We're still putting the pieces together here. Ah, the great artist. We could discover Doctor Who! The Seven Samurai for a hit movie. Mickey Mouse. Yeah. Enemies suffer 25% more war weariness. +1 happiness in all my cities sounds pretty good. So large, I get lost in it. That's the army we've been building for this purpose. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. Put that with that. Alright, they got the sub. There we go. That's a lot of dreadnoughts. Make more tanks. I only have the 1 or 2. I haven't seen any sign of further armies. There was the one probe that's touched over here. Aside from upgrading it, I'm gonna leave this alone. But these guys will be ready to cover the nearby cities if it comes to it. Whoops. No, back in there. Okay, there you go. see. So, we've got a couple of different missions here. First of all, anybody who's not doing anything, that's a lot of unhappiness. Well, can't help that. Okay. What we need is anybody who's doing science should actually be building laboratories now. Oh, here's another one. It's funny, there should be more of them. Lots of places producing shock troops, I don't mind that. They'll finish eventually. Okay, here we go. Now we're finding them. Okay. Laboratories are our future. Otherwise, where will Dee Dee be able to find her brother to annoy him? I have built many, many wonders. But no, this is specifically the huge world. I assure you, there is nothing in Age of Wonders that could be like this. If you had an equivalent in Age of Wonders to this, do you know what it would look like? Take the largest map in Age of Wonders and make it about 100 times bigger. And every turn is going to take a long time. And everything that would win the game is not going to be so easy to do. Oh, Age of Empires. Oh, see, I never played Age of Empires, so I don't know how that game works. But this is like the most epically large strategy game possible. At least that I've ever seen. The Realism Invictus huge world map. Even the guy who's been developing it was saying he had at times thought of cutting it because it was just too big, way too big. And I'm like, no, I've wanted to beat this for more than 10 years and never had a computer that could actually handle this. I mean, we're crashing occasionally, but pretty rarely. About once a day it crashes, whereas previous PCs just couldn't handle it at all. They would just break down crying long before we got to this point. The scope and magnitude of the huge world is just beyond what the game was ever meant to do. Yeah, the win conditions for this are build a spaceship, conquer about 60% of the world, which is the goal I've got. There's a cultural victory, which is the do something and wait a bunch of turns kind of victory. You have to have 3 cities. It's, in my opinion, the most disruptible strategy, though. There's diplomatic victories. There's, there's I think it's called a domination victory. Oh shit, memory allocation failure. Shit. See, there's our crash. I was just talking about. Okay, so 2 today. 2 crashes today in only 2 hours. Okay, yeah, we're getting crashier over time. are getting crashier. Well, man, could you imagine an RTS with this kind of scope, though? Oh my gosh. You would have... How many players did we have in this? I don't even know. 50? 50 nations? More than that, I think. It has everything in it. Alright, we'll see how much time I lost. I still can't believe they declared war on me. The hell are they thinking? I mean, even if it's to get at one of my vassals. What are they thinking? Well, the Babylonians really want us to attack so they can take this little bit of territory over here. I'm sure the Mongols won't. We'll just let it go. They won't. You know, they wouldn't start. They wouldn't really want to get into another war over this, would they? No. Oh, there it goes. It's loading now. I mean, that Khan guy, he seems like a reasonable fellow. I mean, he must be afraid of us. I can't think of any other reason he'd be massing large numbers of troops on our border. It must be that he's afraid of us. So yeah, this is a great idea. Let's push him around. Start a little war just to scare him. Do you think that they could? They might. Being attacked from all directions is not something I can handle. Even with conscription, I wouldn't be able to conscript fast enough. Hey, maybe after this war, I will just declare war on the entire world. But the big problem is the trade damage. The trade hurts so much and slows you down so much if you don't have it. That depends. Honestly, if I were playing multiplayer Civilization, that's not true at all. It depends on what you're doing. If you're going for a cultural victory, you just want to make yourself a fortress and kind of rabbit until people will eventually realize what you're doing. You could be...
The human brain must continue to frame the problems for the electronic
anyway,
machine.
I'll get back to where
solve
we were. I'll have to replay a few turns. And tomorrow we'll pick up. Anyway, it depends on the kind of victory you're going for, though. As I was saying, if you're going for the diplomatic victory or the cultural victory or different things. So cultural victory is the easiest one to get, but in an actual multiplayer environment, it would be the most disruptible. You basically want to rabbit as long as possible without people realizing what you're going for, which is hard to do. But depending on what's going on, they're probably going to be focused on the conqueror and thinking about what the conqueror is doing and not you. And you want to make yourself an indestructible fortress, and you can be small. You can be just 3 cities and get away with it, possibly. But they only have to take 1 city to ruin your strat. So, if you're going for the spacecraft, there's also a running out of turns victory as well. But if you go for the space race, it is extremely hard to disrupt or even see what you're doing with it. It can be very difficult for them to realize how close you are to launching. And then you can just click the I win the game button. If you pull it off, you just have to it's a bit involved. But if you're doing the space race, you don't give a shit about the Conqueror unless he's directly attacking. Even if he is attacking you, as long as he doesn't take all of your production centers, if you've already got the spaceship most of the way complete, you might not even care that he's taking your land. So anybody going for a space race victory, you don't want to get involved in a war. You want everyone else to be fighting. We actually only have 385 turns left, by the way. Like, we're actually kind of winding down on the time limit. There's there's still a culture I don't know about somewhere. There are still 32 civilizations in play, even this late. This is all the tech tree that's left. This is it, guys. We've been through all of this. All we've got is this. See, I'm already on transistors here. That's it. That's the rest of the tech tree. Like, we're actually on the end game here. The moment you get satellites, you can see everything in the world constantly. Like, there's no, yeah, you just have perfect vision of the whole map. Let's see, nuclear fusion. Oh, wow. I could actually... Now, why do you need environmentalism to do genetic engineering? Excuse me, I want to make horrifying super soldiers and cat girls. What does that have to do with recycling? Unless we're making the cat girls out of recycled parts. And the moment you get this, it obsoletes elephants. I'm sorry, elephants, you're obsolete. It's not like we could suddenly make synthetic ivory or something. Nope. Solar plants. Which, for some reason, solar plants give you +2 on health. Which is the same as natural gas, so... Some of the stuff in this game are a bit weird. Hey, look! Biological warfare missiles! We're actually... as soon as I get transistors, I could research this. I mean, I kind of want a CDC, so I kind of do want this badly. The polio vaccine. All this stuff is good. But I could have bio-missiles, too! I really would like an aircraft carrier, though, man. I would like that. Nuclear plant. Nuclear subs that can carry 3 missiles apiece. Carriers. Doesn't say... Oh, 8. It can carry up to 8 planes. I would really like consumerism. Consumerism. That's where we consume our enemies. No, that's not what con. That's not what it does. I say that's what it means. Okay, well, you're the con, so there's the UN. Television? Oh, well, we can't have the UN without television. It's just impossible. Actually, as soon as I get transistors, I could do television. TV stations. Yeah, that wouldn't be bad. Contemporary art also wouldn't be bad. Hey, look, a free point of happiness to everybody. But Notre Dame will stop working for some reason. And then you could go and make the UN, and then we could ban nuclear weapons. And since I'm the only person with nuke silos everywhere and stuff, everyone will be like, oh yeah, definitely ban those. Guided missiles. Helicopters. I really should take air superiority. I really would like airports in all my cities. But then again, targeting system would give me the possibility of getting main caliber 3 on my dreadnoughts, and I could have battleships. And battle cruisers. So many options. We don't need propaganda. Actually, maybe we do. Actually, we do. We need to thwart rival spies with everything we got. Oh yeah, Motherland Calls. This is such an interesting move. If you make yourself... Basically, if you make yourself communists and you build this world wonder, you can... as soon as you declare war, every single city you own produces a free conscript. So, you can just be like, I declare war on you. My army just got massively larger. And then I declare war on you. Foomp again. And then I declare war on you. Foomp. And I declare... This would be the I'm going to declare war on the entire world build. It's just like, okay, I declare war on the entire world. I get like 32 soldiers in every city. My economy then collapses and we die. But... It would be hilarious if I saved up a huge pile of cash before doing it. I might survive long enough to actually have them march across the world. I've got railroads. They can get to places. It wouldn't even be strategy anymore. I wouldn't be building armies with artillery or anything. I'd just be like, 100 units of conscripts attack your city. All your cities. Oh man, that could be hilarious. That could be absolutely hilarious to do. And because I've got the Christo Rendor statue, I can switch to it and then switch back when I'm done. Without actually losing turns or anything. Yes it is. I don't know. He might have nerfed it. I think the author might have nerfed it since the last time I played. I'm not certain. A normal game only has like 7 rivals at the start of it. Maybe more, depending on what you do. But like a normal game wouldn't have 32 different nations for it. But, it's kind of supposed to be... You're kind of supposed to have to play under collectivism to do it. And admittedly, I'd have to build a wonder while in collectivism, so I'd be stuck with it for a while. And it's kind of terrible. Like, I would be giving up Parliament, the Statue of Liberty, and Big Ben, and all the advantages that I've got here for... I don't like this one. I don't like this one. I love great people. Anything that gives me a penalty to great people, I don't want to play with. So anyway, it would be expensive, but the ridiculously OP-ness of it is just out of this world. If it still works the way it used to. Anyway, I'm going to try to replay the couple of turns that we lost to the crash. Get everything set up. So tomorrow, I'll probably even take the time to divide my army all careful like here. So tomorrow, we should be pushing through Babylon. We should be scooping the Armenians. We'll take control of this port here. This will give us the ability to pass into the Mediterranean. Very important that. Looks like I'm at war with Rome, Persia. I couple African nations. You're just kind of a collection of stuff, aren't you? But at least I'm not at war with Greece. I guess, since they're technologically ahead of me by quite a bit and their military units are stronger than my military units, which frankly worries me, but I have the numbers. Anyway. Yep. So, until next time and every time, this is Hadriex signing off.